victorious Titus.
Noble patricians, patrons of my right, defend the justice of my cause with arms. I am his firstborn son, who was the last to wear this imperial diadem of Rome. Then let my father's honour live in me, nor wrong mine age with this indignity.
Romans, friends, followers, favourers of my right, if ever I, Bassianus, Caesar's son, were gracious in the eyes of royal Rome, keep then this passage to the capital.
Princes that strive by factions and by friends, ambitiously for rule and empery, know that the people of Rome for whom we stand a special party, and in election for the Roman empery, chosen renowned Andronicus. Dismiss your followers, and as suitors should, plead your deserts in peace and humbleness.
How fair the tribune speaks to calm my thoughts.
Romans, make way. The good Andronicus, patient of virtue, Rome's best champion, successful in the battles that he fights. With honour, with fortune, is returned from where he circumscribed with his sword and brought to yoke the enemies of Rome.
Victorious in thy mourning weeds. Behold, the poor remains alive and dead. These that survive at Rome reward with love.
We should bring it to their local homes. We bury amongst their ancestors, make way so they can find their brethren.
Here, Goths, give me leave to sheathe my sword. Give us the proudest bosom of the Goths, that we may sacrifice his flesh, his limbs.
I give him you, the noblest that survives, the eldest son of this distressed queen.
Stay on, brethren! Gracious Emperor, victorious Titus, rue the tears I shed, a mother's tears in passion for her son, and if thy son were ever dear to thee, I beg my son to be as dear to me. Suffice it not that we are brought to Rome to beautify thy triumphants, and return captive to thee and thy Roman yoke. But must my son be slaughtered in the streets for valiant doings in their country's cause? Sweet mercy's nobility's true life. Rise, noble Titus. Spare my firstborn son.
Away with him, and make his fire straight. With our swords upon a pile of wood, let's hew his limbs till they he clean consumed.
A cruel, irreligious piety.
Alarbus goes to rest, but we to find tremble under Titus threatening us. Damn man, stand with sober hope with bull. The self-same God that hung the Queen of Troy with opportunity of sharp revenge. May favour Tamara, the Queen of Goths, to quit the bloody wrongs upon her foes.
Titus long.
My noble lord and father, live in fame. Oh, bless me here with thy victorious hand, whose fortunes Rome's best citizens applaud.
Kind Rome that hath thus lovingly reserved the cordial of mine age to glad mine heart.
Long live Lord Titus, my beloved brother, gracious triumpher in the eyes of Rome.
Thanks, gentle tribune, noble brother Marcus.
And welcome nephews from successful wars. We that survive, and those that sleep in favour. Titus Andronicus, the people of Rome do name thee an election for the Roman emperor, and help to set ahead on headless Rome.
Patricians, draw your swords and sheath them not from Saturnine to be Roman emperor.
Defend her glorious body fits.
Rome, I have been thy soldier 40 years, and led thy country's strength successfully.
There is 1 and 20 valiant sons,
Knighted in field, slain manfully in arms, in right and noble service to their country. People of Rome and people's tribunes, here I ask your voices and your suffrages.
The people will accept whom you admit.
Tribunes, I thank you. And this suit I make that we create Lord Saturnine, Emperor.
With voices and applause of every sort, patricians and plebeians, we create Lord Saturnine, Rome's great emperor, and say, long live our Emperor Saturnine.
Long live Saturnine!
Titus Andronicus, for thy favours done, and for an onset, Titus, to advance thy name and honourable family. Lavinia will I make my empress. Tell me, Andronicus, doth this motion please thee?
It doth, my worthy lord, and in this match I hold thee highly honoured, your grace. Now, madam, are you prisoners for him that for your honour and your state will use you nobly, and your followers?
A goodly lady. Trust me. Of the hue I would choose were I to choose anew. Clear up, fair queen. That cloudy countenance, though chance of war hath brought this change of cheer, thou comest not to be made a scorn in Rome.
Lord Titus, by your leave, this maid is mine.
Traitors! Treason, my lord! Heresy, Essex guard! Lavinia is surprised!
Surprised? By who?
By him that justly made his betrothed from all the world away.
No, Titus, no!
The emperor needs her not, nor you, nor thee, nor any of thy stock. But go thy ways. Go. Give that changing peace to him that flourished for her with his sword. A valiant son-in-law thou shalt enjoy, one fit to bandy with thy lawless sons, to ruffle in the commonwealths of Rome.
These words are raisins to my wounded heart.
And therefore, lovely Tamara, queen of gods, if thou be pleased with this, my sudden choice, behold, I choose thee, Tamara, for my bride, and would create the empress of Rome. Speak, queen of gods, doth thou applaud my choice?
If Saturnine is the fancy queen of God, she will a handmaid be for this bride.
So, Bassianus, you have played your prize. God give you joy, sir, of your gallant bride.
You of yours, my lord. I say no more, nor wish no less, my lord, for I have seized my own, my true betrothed, and now my wife.
'Tis good, sir. You are very short with us. But if we live, we will be as sharp with you.
My lord, what I have done, as best I may, answer I must and shall do with my life. But this noble gentleman, Lord Titus here, is in opinion and in honour wrong, that has expressed himself in all his deeds an affront to thee and Rome.
'Tis thou, and thee that have dishonoured me. Rome and the righteous heavens be my judge. How I have loved and honoured Saturnine. My worthy lord, if ever Tamara was gracious in those princely eyes of thine, then at thy suit sweet pardon was his task. Lose not so noble a friend on base oppose. Dissemble all your griefs and discontents. You but newly planted in your throne. I'll find thee to massacre them all, to raise their faction and their family, the cruel father and his traitorous sons for whom I sued for my dear son's life, and let them know what it is to make a queen kneel in the streets and beg for grace in vain. Come, sweet emperor. Come, Andronicus.
Rise, Titus, rise. My empress hath prevailed. I thank your majesty.
And firm, my lord. pardon for His Majesty.
We do, and vow to heaven and to His Highness that what we did was mildly as we might.
The Tribune and his nephew kneel for grace.
Come. If the Emperor's court can feast 2 brides, you are my guest, Lavinia, and your friends.
Tomorrow, and it please your Majesty to hunt the panther in the heart with me.
Be it so, Titus.
Now Tamas Tamara on Olympus' top, safe from 40 shots and zips aloft. Let Aaron arm thy heart and fit thy thoughts of that imperial mystery. Away with slavish weeds and servile thoughts, and with it bright and shine in pearl and gold. To wait upon this new-made empress, to wait, said I, to wanton upon this new-made queen. This siren with charm Rome saturnine, is his shipwreck and his converts.
Hang thy years won't wit.
Demetrius, thou dost overween in all.
Why were you so desperate to go fetch your friend?
Full well shalt thou perceive how much I dare.
I would. He is grown so brave.
By how now? Soon into the emperor's palace he opened the Mintinsel's scrolls.
He is breathed in my sonnet.
Foul-spoken coward, that's Elizabeth. I love Lavinia more than all the world.
Youngling, turn to me so mean a choice. Lavinia is thy elder brother's hope.
Why ye mad? Or ye knowing Rome? I tell you, lords, you do nothing but plot your own death by this device.
Aaron! 1,000 deaths I propose to achieve her, whom I love!
To achieve her.
And why make it so strange? She is Lavinia, therefore she must be loved.
Why then? Is it a certain snatch? Certain turn.
I see the turn was served.
Aaron, thou hast hit it.
Would you have hit it too? Then should we not be tired with this ado? Why, hark ye. Hark ye. You such fools to growl with this. Would it offend you if you both should speak?
Faith not me.
Nor me. So I will want.
So shame be friends and drink without your jar. The speedy course of lingering languishment must be pursued. I have found a path, my lord. A solemn hunting is in hand. There will be lovely lady Rome's true. Before us walks wide and spacious, and there may often create from pity for many kinds of rape and villainy. Singly still it is deemed to do it. Strike our own brave voice. By force, if not by words. This way or not, stand you in hope. Shadows from heaven's eyes above and revel in Lavinia's treasury.
The hunt is up. The morn is bright and grey. I've been troubled in my sleep this night, but dawning day new comfort hath inspired. I promised your grace a hunter's teal.
And you have rung it lustily, my lord. Come on then, to our sport.
My lovely Aaron, wherefore thou lookst sad? When everything doth make a gleeful boast, under this sweet shade let us sit. We may each read in each other's arms, our pastimes done possess the cold and slumber, while towns and horns and sweet melodies bird be unto us as is a nurse's song of lullaby to bring her babe to sleep.
Madam, although Venus governs thy desire, vengeance is in my heart, death in my head, blood of revenge and power in my head. Hark, Tamara, empress of my soul, whichever more let heaven rest in thee. Today the day of doom for Bastianus, his Philomel will lose a tongue today. Thy sons make pillage of the chastity and wash their hands in Bastianus' blood. See it thou this letter, I pray thee. Take it up to the king, the face of plots to crow. No more for empress, Bastianus cook. Be cross with him, I will fetch that son to back that crows, whatsoever they be.
Who have we here?
that you love your mother so? Or be you not henceforth called my children?
This is a witness I am thy son, and this to me to come to show my strength!
Give me thy poniard, you shall know my boys your mother's hand shall right your mother's wrong.
Stay! Madam, there's more to belong to her. First thrash the corn, and after plant the straw. Drive hence a husband to some secret hole.
And make his dead true pillow to our lust.
But when ye have the honey ye desire, let not this wasp out of spoken stick.
I warrant, madam, you will make that sure. Commissioner, now perforce to enjoy the night of this honesty of yours.
Remember, boys, I poured forth tears in vain to save your brother from the sword life. But fierce Andronicus would not relent. Therefore, away with her, and use her as you will. The worse to her, the better loved of me.
Or keep me from their worse than killing lust, and tumble me into some loathsome pit, where no man's eye will behold my body. Do this. Be a charitable murderer.
So I should rob my sweet sons of their faith. No. Let them suffice their lust of me.
Come now, Lord. You better put before. Straight will I bring you to the loathsome pit where it's fair to pants the fast asleep.
Lord Bassianus lies in brood here, all on a heap like to a slaughtered lamb, in this detested, dark, blood-drinking pit.
Traitor!
I know not where you left him all alive, but out, alas, here have I found him dead.
Where is my lord, the king?
Here, Tamara. Though grief with king's grief. Poor Bassianus still lies murdered.
And all too late I bring this fateful writ. The complot this timeless tragedy.
And if we miss to meet him handsomely, sweet postman, Bassianus tis we need. Do thou so much as dig the grave for him? Thou knowest our meaning. Look for thy reward. Do this and purchase us thy lasting friends. Oh, Tamara, was ever heard the like?
One of thy whelp-fell cares on bloodly kind hath bereft my brother of his life. Sir, drag him from the pit unto the prison.
How easily murder is discovered.
Some bring the murdered body, some the murderer. Let him not speak a word. The guilt is plain. For by my soul where their worst ends in death, that death upon him shall be executed.
Andronicus, I will entreat the king. Fear not, thy son shall do well enough.
your sorrows to a stone.
Why? 'Tis no matter, man. If they did hear, they would not mark me. Or if they did mark, they would not pity me. Yet plead I must. Therefore I tell my sorrows to the stones. When I weep, they humbly at my feet receive my tears and seem to weep with me. A stone is silent and offendeth not. Yet tribunes with their tongues do men to death. Wherefore standst thou with thy weapon drawn?
For attempt to rescue my brother from his death, which attempt the judges have pronounced my everlasting doom of banishment.
O happy man, they have befriended thee, from these devourers to be banished. But who comes with our brother Marcus here?
I bring consuming sorrow to thine age. This was thy daughter.
Ay me, this sight kills me! Speak, gentle Lavinia. What accursed hand hath made thee handless in my father's sight? My grief was at the height before thou camest. Speak, gentle sister, who hath martyred thee?
For that delightful engine of her thoughts is torn from forth that pretty hollow cage. Thus I found her straying in the park.
Way to death, my son has gone. Here stands my other son, a banished man. And here my brother, weeping at my woes. Is that what gives my soul the greatest spurn? Is dear Lavinia, dearer than my soul. If I had seen the picture in my plight, it would have maddened me. What shall I do now I behold thy lively body so? My husband is dead. Death, thy brother has been condemned to death. Gentle Lavinia, let me kiss thy lips. Do some sign how I can do thee ease. What shall we do? Let us that have our tongues pot some juice of further misery to make us wonder that in time to come.
Ah, Lavinia, I will wipe thy cheeks.
What a sympathy of woe is this? So far from help as limbo is from bliss.
Titus Andronicus, my lord and emperor sends word that if thou love thy son, let Marcus, Lucius, or thyself or Titus, or any one of you, chop off your hand and send it to the king. Yet hither will they send your son alive, and that shall be the reason for his fault.
All my heart I'll send the emperor my hand. Lend me thy hand and I will give thee mine.
Go, Andronicus, and for thy hand look by and by to have that son with thee. His head, or how it is willingly doth fat me.
Here I lift this one hand up to heaven, and bow this feeble ruin to the earth. Wilt thou kneel with me? We then, dear heart, for heaven shall hear our prayers.
Yet let reason govern thy events.
If there were reason for these miseries, then into limits could I cast my woes. When the heaven doth weep, doth not the earth overflow? Then give me leave. The losers will have leave to ease their stomachs with their bitter tongues.
Worthy Andronicus, ill art thou paid for that good hand thou sent'st the emperor. Here is the head of thy beloved son, and here's the hand in scorn to thee sent back. Thy grief, thy thought, thy resolution mocked.
These miseries are more than may be borne. This sight should make such deep a wound, yet the test of life is not shaped for us.
When will this fearful slumber have an end?
Now farewell, flattery. Die. Andronicus, thou dost not slumber. See thy porcelain's head, thy warlike hand, thy manful daughter here, thy unbanished son, this day strive, pale and bloodless, and thy brother, I, even like a stony image, cold and numb. Now is a time to storm. Why art thou still?
which way shall I find Revenge's cave? Come, let me see what task I have to do. Thou art an exile, and thou must not stay. Hie to the Goths and raise an army there.
Farewell, Andronicus, my noble father, the woefulest man that ever lived in Rome. Now I to the Goths to raise a power, to revenge on Roman assassin. Marcus, no man should be magnetized.
Come, let's away. Lavinia, go with me. I'll to thy closet and read with thee. Sad stories chanced in times of old.
How now, Lavinia?
Marcus, what means this? Some page there is she designs to see. What would she find? Lavinia, shall I read? This is the tragic tale of Philomel, and treats of Therese' treason and his rape. Lavinia, wert thou thus surprised, sweet girl? Ravished and wronged to Philomel!
Farewell, my lord, look here! Look here. Lavinia, to stand thee close his pain, guide if thou canst, and then guide thy pen, print thy sorrows plain, we may know the traitors and the truth.
Do ye read? My lord, what she hath written!
What? In the bosoms of Tamara, omens of this heinous bloody deed. My lord, we will prosecute by good advice, and see their blood, or die with this reproach. Revenge ye heavens for old Andronicus.
Come, Marcus. Come, kinsman, this is the way. Well, I made me miserable. What times I threw the people's suffrages on him that thus doth tyrannize on me. Go. Get you gone, and pray be careful all.
You will have revenge from hell. You shall.
Solicit heaven, and move the gods to send down justice for to wreak our wrongs.
We will afflict the emperor in his pride.
Why, Lord, what wrongs are these? Was ever seen an emperor in Rome thus overborne? His sorrows so overwhelmed his wits, and now he writes to heaven for his redress. Sweet scrolls that fly about the streets of Rome. But if I live, his famed ecstasy shall be no shelter to these outrages. Cut off the proudest conspirator that lives.
My gracious lord,
but rather comfort his disheveled life than prosecute the meanest or the best for thee content.
Shall I endure this monstrous villainy? Go! Drag the villain hither by the hair. What news of thee, Julius?
My lord, Rome never had more cause. The Goths have gathered head, and with a power high-resolved men bent to the spoil, they hither march amain, under conduct of Lucius, son to old Andronicus.
Is warlike Lucius general of the Goths? 'Tis he the common people love so much! Myself have often overheard them say that they wish Lucius to be their emperor.
Why should you fear? Is your city not strong?
Aye, but the citizens favour Lucius, and will revolt from me to succour him.
I will enchant the old Andronicus with words more sweet and yet more dangerous.
But he will not entreat his son for us.
Go there, before be Armbus. Say that the emperor requests a parley with warlike Lucius. Appoint the meeting at his father's house, the old Andronicus.
Amelia, do this message honourably, and if he stands on hostage for his safety, bid him demand what pledge will please him best.
Your bidding shall I do effectually.
Now will I to that old Andronicus, and tend for him with all the arts I have, to pluck proud Lucius from warlike Goth. And now, sweet emperor, be blithe again, and bury all thy fears in my devices.
Then go successively, and plead to him.
O woeful soldier, and my faithful friend, I have received letters from great Rome, which signify what hate they bear the emperor, and how desirous of our sight they are. Brave slips broke from the great Andronicus, whose name was once our terror, now our comfort, whose high exploits and honourable deeds in grateful Rome would fight for falcon's head. Be boldness, we'll follow where thou leadest, and be avenged on cursed Tamara. For who comes here, led by a lusty god? Renowned Lucius, my troops lay strayed, surprised him suddenly, and brought him hither to use as you think needful of the man. This is the incarnate devil who robbed Andronicus' good hand!
And to plead thee, Lucius, so vex thy soul I shall speak. 'Twas Tamara's two sons that murdered Bassianus, and 'twas them that ravished thy sister, and cut her, and trimmed her, as you saw.
Oh, detestable villain! Cause thou that trimming?
Why? She was washed, and cut, and trimmed. 'Twas true sport that had to do with it. I trained thy brethren to that awful hole where dead Bassianus lay, and I played the cheat off thy father's hand, and once I had it, I drew myself apart and almost broke my heart with extreme laughter. Once I told the queen of this sport, she swooned in my pleasing tail, and for my tidings gave me 20 kisses.
So stop his mouth, and let him speak no more. Welcome, Julius. What news from Rome?
Lord Lucius, and you, princes of the Goths, the Roman emperor greets you all by me, and, for he understands you are in arms, he craves a parley at your father's house.
Amelia, give the emperor's pledges unto my father and Uncle Marcus, and we will come. March away.
I will encounter with Andronicus. and work confusion on my enemies. Titus, revenge has come to talk with thee.
I'm not mad. I know thee well enough. Art thou revenge, and art thou sent to me to be a torment to mine enemies?
I have therefore come and welcome thee.
Do me some service as thou art revenge. Lo, by thy side where rape and murder stands. Do me some assurance thou art revenge, and so destroy rapine and murder there.
These are my ministers, and come with me.
Good Lord, the Empress's sons they are, and you the Empress. But we worldly men have miserable, mad, mistaking eyes.
This clothing can fix his lunacy. Whatever I forge to feed his brain sick fit, do you maintain and uphold your features? For now he firmly takes me as revenge, and I will make him send for his son Lucius.
Welcome, dread fury, to my woeful house. Welcome as you are. What shall we do?
What would you have us do, Andronicus? Show me 1,000 that have done thee wrong, and I will be revenged on them all.
There is a queen, attended by a Moor. Well mayest thou know her by thy own proportion, for up and down she doth resemble thee. I pray thee, do on her some violent death. They have been violent to me and mine!
Well hast thou lessoned us, this shall we do. But would it please thee, good Andronicus, to send for Lucius, thy thrice valiant son, who leads to Rome a band of warlike Goths, and bid him come and banquet at thy house?
Marcus, my brother, 'tis mad Titus calls. Go, gentle Marcus, to thy nephew Lucius. Thou shalt inquire him out amongst the Goths. Tell him the emperor and the empress too mean to feast at my house, and he shall feast with them.
This will I do, soon return again.
Now I hence about thy business, and take my ministers along with me.
Nay, nay! Let rape and murder stay with me, else I'll call back my brother and plead no revenge but Lucius.
Boy, tarry with him till I turn again.
I know them all, that they suppose me mad. On o'erreach the number of devices, a pair of cursed hellhounds in their dams.
Madam, depart at pleasure. Leave us here.
Farewell, Andronicus. Revenge now goes, lay a complot to thy foe.
I know thou dost, and sweet revenge. Farewell. What is your will?
No, you The emperor's son, I take the crown of Demetrius.
Therefore find them. Lay hands on them oft. You heard me wish for such an hour, and now I find it. Therefore bind them sure. There's the burial, emperor's son.
Is he sure bound? We shall leave violent fast.
Come, any of the emperor's vow. Sir, stop their mouths, let them not speak to me. Here stands the spring whom you stained with blood. You killed her husband. That by a fault her brother was condemned to death. My hands put up and made a merry jest. Her sweet hands, her tongue, and that more dear than hands or tongue. Her spotless chastity. Human traitors, you constrained, forced. What would you say if I were to let you speak? Is one hand yet is left to cut your throats, whilst that Lavinia receives your guilty blood. You know your mother means to feast with me, calls herself revenge, and thinks me mad. Hark, villains, I will grind your bones to dust. With your blood, I'll make a paste, and of that paste 2 coffins I will rear, and make 2 pasties of your shameful heads. Bid that strumpet, your unhallowed dam, like to the earth, swallow her own increase. feast I have bid her to, and this is the banquet she shall surfeit on. For worse than Philomel, you use my daughter, and worse than Prognate, I will be revenged. So bring them in, for I will play the book, and see them ready against their mother.
Uncle Marcus, since it is my father's mind that I have heard to Rome, I am content. Rome's emperor and nephew break the parley. These quarrels must be quietly debated. The feast is ready, which the careful Titus hath ordained to an honourable end, for peace, for love, for leave, and good to Rome. Please you, therefore, draw nigh and take your places.
Marcus, we will. Welcome, gracious lord. Welcome, dread queen. Welcome, brother Marcus. Welcome, Lucius. Welcome all. Although the cheer be poor, 'twill fill your stomach, please. You eat of it.
We are beholden to you, good Andronicus.
And if your highness knew my heart, you were. My lord the emperor resolved me this. Was it well done of rash Virginius to slay his daughter with his own right hand because she was enforced, stained, and deflowered?
It was Andronicus,
Your reason, mighty lord.
because the girl should not survive her shame, and by her presence still renews his sorrows.
A reason mighty, strong, and effectual. A passing precedent with lively warrant for me, most wretched to perform the like. Die, die, Lavinia, and I shame with thee. And with thy shame, thy father's sorrows die. What hast thou done? So unnatural and unkind.
Why hast thou slain thy only daughter thus?
What? Was she ravished? Tell who did the deed, not I. 'Twas Chiron and Demetrius. They ravished her, cut away her tongue, and 'twas they that did her all this wrong. Go, fetch them hither to us presently. Why, there they are both baked in that pie, whereof their mother daintily hath fed, eating the flesh that she herself hath bred. Tis true, witness my knife sharp